Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It's time for some more Imperium Universalis. We return with our Kalingan Empire, where we execute some random general, which is fine because we decided to put our king in charge of the army, so he hopefully drops dead and lets our, regent take over and reform the kingdom. Ding. Things we can hope for. So, Antara and Anga. I still think this is probably the best option. We just need to wait for Kola to have enough favors with us. Because these two should have no problem. I mean, they don't even have to hold for long. They just have to wait until I'm done cleaning up these guys who don't seem to have an army. Alright. Then again, the gods could just say, hey, you should attack these guys, who are Avanti and Venga. So, I'd be at war with them. They're held there, and I think we have naval superiority. Maybe. I'm not sure. This would allow us to potentially take some land off of them. It's good land to have. It's unfortunately Brahmin and Odrin. What is their primary culture then? Oh, they're Kalingan as well, though they hold the Odrin land. Interesting. So, and I mean, I would like to, potentially just annex these guys. Because I think we're going back into the karmic pit for a while. There is no karma for us, perhaps. But, I mean, hey, manpower recovery speed plus 25% and only minus 0.05 corruption. I can live with that. Alright. Good. So, gather our forces. You guys are starting to run out of the aggressive expansion within like the next 7 years, so it wouldn't be a terrible time to strike. How's our force limit, by the way? We have almost twice it. Of course, we don't really need it, so why build it? If I don't need the extra troops, I'm not going to build them. I mean, we started with a pretty solid complement, so 852. That's actually a little much on the 2. We only need 1. Alright, where, if anywhere else, would we build this? Here, because that's still going down to 0. This will go down to 0 over time. Important note. So, earn the money, develop the country. I mean, these buildings are all kind of handy because they do give local development cost reductions. So, like, I think all buildings do pretty much, don't they? Well, they all give something. It's decent, either institution spread or otherwise. But yeah. Oof. Right. So we're almost there. It's 25 to get our first claim, so I suppose we will activate our forts and begin prepping for war then. Now, Antara and Anga. Antara, although they might be the larger empire compared to us, I'd like to say also is not a big threat. Honestly, yeah, we'll take that. That there. Also want to start funding the fleet for naval superiority at least. The problem is we have a large chunk of our countryside wide open. So we'll have to see how it goes. Alright. Do I? Apparently Antara's already in debt. Good stuff. Either way. Let's get the claim. Army reform. We don't need this reform, I don't think. I think we're perfectly fine, thank you. Fabricate a claim and you call it. You know, I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to wait for the second claim. We are still burning off a lot of aggressive expansion right now. Well, not really. We are still burning off aggressive expansion, though, at a steady rate. So. And, man, Rajapur is just getting fucked. Yeesh. Oh, well, at least our capital into Sali is pretty solid, I'd say. It's a well-developed capital at this point. Still got a little work to do, but don't all capitals. And in particular because having a claim will reduce the aggressive expansion I take for it. So, if I'm going to annex them, which I'm going to, might as well. Put him in as well for... Okay, our diplomatic... off the charts. Diplomatic reputation plus 24. Jesus. The things we can do. Alright. Yep. We're domineering towards you. Tributary, distance between borders. Wow, Kalingan diplomatic reputation plus 12. Difference in government ranks plus 10. Not bad. Alright. Either way, they'll make a solid enough ally for now. Don't actually intend to use them for much right now, but we'll wait. Border tensions. Can't say that I care. Alright. So let's grab this, because if I have a look here at states and territories, this is all a state already. So, we're going to want to conquer Odra and Vanga up next, after Shibara. I mean, honestly, they don't have an army. So if I'm just going to storm over the goddamn border and just take over the country, I can split my army in two. We have a fort in Tosala, so they won't be able to get through to us. So we should be safe. Alright. In that case, I just need to wait until 28. Great feast. Indeed. That means it's a great time for war. Alright. Utkala. Well, at the very least, Vidyarka Kola. Vaji can't really do anything here. Enemy allies Anga. Well, that's a shame. But I mean, we know Anga has 2. Oh, that's a real shame, isn't it now? That is a massive, just crying darn shame that we've lost our king. Whatever will we do? Our nation is in turmoil. I can't continue saying that with a straight face. I'm sorry. Oh. Score 1 for us. It almost makes me think it might be time to change our policy or our ideas here. What are our options for diplomatic reform again? Maritime naval, I think, and something. Trade. It's really weird that it's not like influence. Do we just want to pour into trade? Maybe. Also, we're gonna need a real leader. He's pretty freaking terrible, but he's got 1 siege, so I'll allow it for now. And it appears Andhara doesn't really have much of an army either. Good. Unfortunately, some countries have some problems with their development. And mostly in how the AI handles things as well. There are some countries that are played very competently by this mod, and some countries that are not. So, it appears Antara may not be the rival I thought they were. No, we are not sacking anything, thank you. I'm going to assume neither of you want... you're willing to give me military access. Perfect. Coming through. So somehow I don't think I'm needed on this front. Call it a hunch. So we can just go elsewhere. So, Andhara. I feel like just war reparations and... no, they won't take trade power. I mean, I could take money from you. Yeah, alright. Seems reasonable. I don't think there's any need for me to do anything more than that. Alright. And excellent. Reform tribal administration. That will put us into negative stability. Honestly, reforming right now is a better idea because later on we're going to have, like, other penalties to it. That's fine. We can just wait a bit. It'll still be a while before the king takes the throne, right? Yeah. We're gaining 10 a month, so... yeah, they... this... Anga... yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Good. A coalition of the country we're annexing. Perfect. Actually, cancel that. I want to make sure that reform goes through. Odra announced us as their new rival. Very well. Well, on the plus side, we've got 2 new, brand spanking new provinces. These will be probably a little harder to control, though. Unfortunately. At least compared to the old. Alright. So, it'll only be a few months. Alright. Yeah. Development does cause unrest, so slight penalties. But it's alright. On the matter of our karma, though, oh, surprisingly not so bad. I guess it's probably just the fact I took a province that I didn't have a claim on. That might be true. In that case, begin building a spy network on Odra. Avanti and Vanga don't seem super scary considering Avanti's all the way over there. And Vanga's right there. And I mean, I now have military access through them. Good. Reform the tribal administration. And now we can reform the government. Well, not really, but... and become a despotic monarchy. Yes. That would be lovely. Delicious. Okay, so yeah, we're going to need to obviously finish all 3 of these. Advanced metallurgy. I think that's actually the easiest one to get, isn't it? That's the first one. The first institution. Yeah. Code of law and then friggin' military science is all the way over there. But advanced metallurgy, that comes in 240. That's 30 years from now. I think we can make that happen. At least I'd like to think we can. Alright. Good. So, the Kalingan Empire grows. Although we still have quite a ways to go, we're going to get there. New recruits. Lovely. You guys have somehow increased the amount that you control. Let me see here. It's, no. No. Just let it happen. It's fine. I guess this is the map mode, isn't it? Yeah, as we conquer. There we are. Good. He's taken the throne. And he's a zealot. Also, we now have the border conquest possibly on everyone. We will never use it, though. At least probably not. God help us if we ever do. The border conquest possibly is just something you get if your ruler is 5 or 6, I believe, here? Yeah. In military, you just get that, and you can just declare war and take stuff. It's a pretty bad casus belli, though. Sanda Barhara. I mean, I'm already on that as a plan, so. 2 claims. Might as well make 3 claim, 4 claim, right? I mean, honestly, that's probably enough for me to go to war. Alright. Said military tech 3 is pretty important. It'd be a real shame if we reformed the administration and then dropped dead. Just saying. I mean, that's one way to do it. We may not have the best kings, but by God are our queens top quality. Use that to our advantage. Reform the tribal army. Because you know we need to lose even more stability. I will actually have to put that on hold until, at the very least, I can boost stability. Which might be a while. But that's fine. Because I don't necessarily want to go into negative stability. It's a lot of unrest, and a lot of it unnecessary. So, buildings. I don't know, do we just need to build them wherever at this point? Maybe. Hard to say. Yeah, something tells me these guys are going to be uppity. Good, gain the core province. Alright. That reduces it to 113. It's something. And we can at least try and convert them now. Yeah, 50% from clans. At least this is still going down. The Beggar District, yes, reform it. Wow, our karma resets on death. Handy that. Well, that's good. Does mean that regardless of war exhaustion, overextension, religious unity, we aren't going to gain a pile of corruption. So that's good. Alright, so once this is done, which it's about to be. No, they discovered us. Damn. I mean, like I said, we're not going to be able to take more than those 2 anyway, so. Yeah. +1 stability. -1 stability. But that's perfectly fine, I say. Because we're on the path to reform. Alright. And honestly, build a shrine here. There we go. Everything is well. Everything is very well. Alright. But now is the time to end our episode. Quite a nice little gain here. We've slowly managed to take over 2 more provinces. we're playing a bit of a slow game here, because we do have to be careful about aggressive expansion. I mean, right now it's only about 20. Yeah, it's really only real painful if you take non-claimed provinces. So we might actually need a third. We might need a third claim. Yeah, we probably want to keep it to claims, I think. There's a lot up there, but they can't seem to maintain armies properly. Oh, I know why. Because the AI is trying to use citizen armies, isn't it? At least some of the AIs are. I think it might be related to that. We'll get in a citizen army someday, probably when we reform our government, so we don't have the minus 75% to how many we can have modifier. I mean, plus, we can pay the corruption for raising them, since they're just banners. At any rate, thank you everybody for watching. I've been your Leos Gilvin, signing off.